Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 14th to the 20th of October 2013. The slowly approaching Mercury retrograde will start to be in effect this week, although it doesn't actually start until following Monday. So Mercury is going to retrograde in Scorpio, and there's a whole page on my website and a video about this, but in a nutshell, we'll be looking into our own psychology, as Scorpio is the shadow self, the dark realms within, the subconscious, and Mercury is the inquisitor, the investigator. So when any planet goes retrograde, we turn inwards on a more magnetic level, and this is going to be a wonderful opportunity to really go in and see what's been functioning and what's been running the show on an internal level, but also that's what we magnetize towards us on the outside in order that we can learn the lessons. So Mercury retrograde often gets a very bad reputation, but that's just because we're living in a very masculine, rational world. This is actually a great time for intuition, and a great time for us to go beyond the rational, the logical, the mental, the verbal, and into our feeling realms, and to see the bigger part of ourselves, and to bring that back into union and fusion. So try not to be trepidatious about Mercury retrograde, although in Scorpio this will be deep, but it's you that you're investigating. This is not something that's going to come and happen at you, unless you try and avoid doing the investigation work yourself, and therefore call to you situations that will show you what's going on the inside. So when we go involuntarily, and with Saturn in Scorpio as well, that's very much the voluntary hard work, that's rolling up our sleeves and going in to do the hard work and to really challenge ourselves and to learn the lessons. With those two planets together in Scorpio, this is one where we should be venturing in happily into ourselves, enjoying the dark space within. There's nothing scary, that's just all fairy tale and myth that's been brought about in the modern harsh age. So as the week progresses, we'll be feeling more and more of this Mercury retrograde, and the only way it can really be annoying is if you've got too strict plans or too strong a mental rational attitude of what you want to happen. The communication can get a bit fuzzy, but between the lines we actually learn a lot more. So try to see this as an enjoyable, voluntary journey into your deep spaces, and that way I feel that you'll get a lot more from it in the long run. So that's not until next Monday, but this week we have a lot of fiery aspects going on. So we begin the week with Mars passing from Leo into Virgo. Now Mars is like the spark of life, it's the catalyst, it's the initiator. And for me, Virgo is a bit like the hemp plant, which mirrors our fibrous nervous systems, the nerves that go all the way through the body. So with this catalytic blast going through the very nervous system of our body, this is a very cleansing aspect. This could open up some new energy channels for us to be more aligned and more competent and productive in the long run. It could clear some of the blocks. So Virgo does love to be productive, but it does like to do the right thing at the right time. So if we allow this blast to go through our system, cleansing away anything that's blocking our channels, then I feel we can set some really good initiatory intentions with the Mars energy going forwards. Carrying on with the theme of Mars, we have a full moon in Aries, which is ruled by Mars, on Friday. And the full moon in Aries will bring to closure part 1, 2, 3, or complete closure, anything that began in the new moon in Aries in April. So have a think back to that April new moon. What did you initiate? What did you begin? What were your intentions that you were setting there? And just what state were you in? Because there's a chance to bring to closure under the reflective full moon things that began at that time. This is very much inwards and out as well, so it could have been outer plans, or it could have been just a view of self, or a view of how you'd like to be, because Aries is all about the self. But with the Sun in Libra while the full moon is in Aries, this is about balancing ourselves now, and this is the final stage of the Libran story that we're going through at the moment, which shows us The what's without is within, what's above is below, the masculine feminine balance, and the recalibration that we've been studying through the equinox sign of Libra. So this is like a chemical wedding, really. This is going to be the divine union of all of those polarities inside of yourself and a higher self-awareness, because Aries, once it rises up, becomes the inner soul self rather than the I am self. By the time we get to Sunday, we have Mars in Neptune, opposite Neptune. So Mars in Virgo, opposite Neptune in Pisces. And this is a very blessed aspect as well. Again, it carries on that clearing of the channels. It really does help us to connect with our soul self. It helps us to align with what it is that we're really here to do rather than the ego plans. And as Mercury is about to turn retrograde, this is another great opportunity for that conscious to step to the side and to go into the deep subconscious, the Neptune realms, the soul self, clear all those pathways just that bit more. There's a sonic boom that's almost going to go through the whole of our soul fibre nervous system, as it were, a higher echelon of what happened with Mars in Virgo on Wednesday. So we're really opening up those channels and reconnecting to our true mission, and there's a real aspect of liberation and freedom that comes in with this as we begin to let go once and for all of any of the emotions and the beliefs that have really been holding us back, and see through brand new eyes, elevated eyes, what's possible and how we can take our clear, long-sighted self and put our energy and our intention towards really fruitful plans. So that's the energy of this week. Very fiery, very Aries and Mars driven. Mars in Virgo, full moon in Aries, Mars opposition Neptune. So allow that fire, that soul fire, to just pulse through your body, clearing your channels. And then with Mercury about to go retrograde, really jump into the soul self, the intuition, the right brain, and reconnect and make your plans from that space. And I feel we'll all be stepping forward together, cleansed and more pure and more free, ready to put all of our energy to work. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.